Welcome back, everybody, to the pod. This is a sexual pod. This is a very smooth pod. I'm talking real low voice. I don't know why I started out like this. Probably because I'm acting different with this headband. But it's a smooth sexual podcast. Here we're talking about the Senate. You know how it is these days. I appreciate the love on the first video. My God, it was fun doing that video. A whole 9 views, something different this time.
Hey,
So today, yeah, exactly. Hey, um, for this time, we got something, something special to me and Kane. Something very special. This is something special to him, something special to me, something special to the world, and especially in the year of COVID. So
especially.
today we got why are video games so important? Why do we need them? Why are they here on Earth? What's the purpose of them in our universe? So that's what we got here talking about. So
Oh
I'd like to
yes.
start off with a Watch Mojo top 10 list. No,
Number one, Burger King foot
Number
lettuce.
one, Burger King foot lettuce. So we're gonna start off with pretty much, I wouldn't say how video games got into our lives, but the the start of it, like how it happened. So me, Kane, came from two different backgrounds from when it
Yes,
comes to video games.
yes, we did.
So go ahead. You can go ahead and start yours off, Kane. How did video games come into your presence?
All right, all right. So it was just little old me, being 5 years old. Maybe I was four. I was either 4 or 5, and my mommy got a new boyfriend, who is now my stepfather, and he was super into video games, and he had the original Xbox console, and he brought it over one day, and he was playing the original Halo, and I was just like watching from like 20 feet behind the couch, just like watching the screen, and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, just come over here and play." So that's where it all started. As soon as I started playing that, I was hooked on Halo, and then Halo 2, and then the Fusion Frenzy games. Those he had those as well. And that was about all I played on original Xbox, and then Xbox 360 came out, which wasn't that long in between. Because the 360 came out in what, like 2006? So like I would have been like 8 or something, 7 or 8. Um, and it was all about Madden, the NCAA football and basketball game. Oh my god, NCAA basketball was so good. Call of Duty, Need for Speed, and Mortal Kombat. Like those were my like base games. The first few games I like ever played. Uh, I did play before I was 5. I there's like I vaguely remember. I can't remember the name of the game. It was an original Xbox game when I was living in Puerto Rico. So I was like 3 to 4. Um, can't remember it though. But anyways, that's kind of how it started, and then I got into RPGs. Not Skyrim wasn't my first RPG game I played. I played a Fable. I don't know if you ever played Fable, but Fable's a great game. Uh, and then after
Yeah, I played Fable
RPGs,
too.
Fable's pretty good. It's not the best out there, but it was a good starter RPG, like first one to get into. And then got into like the PC action, like the bird's eye view ones, so like Diablo. I played. Oh, what was another one I played? Divinity, Original Sin. That one is an amazing game. Wasteland and Skyrim, of course, Oblivion. Um, and yeah, and now I just try to get my hands on like any RPG I can. I'm hopefully going to be getting, well, I will be getting in like a couple days that Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm excited to play that.
You
And
will be getting that, King.
I
Okay,
I
you will
will.
be getting that.
I
Jesus
am.
Christ, King.
I'm getting it on Wednesday.
Jesus
I'm getting it
Christ.
on
Don't make me
Wednesday.
go through all this for you, okay? Okay. Don't make me go through all this, okay? I swear to God, don't make me fuck you up, King, okay? That's why I don't
All
like
right, all
fucking
right.
with you.
But anyways, that was my like foundation, and then I had GameCube as well, playing like Tony Hawk. All the I played all of the Tony Hawk games. I didn't buy them. What I would do is there's this thing called Blockbuster around when I was a kid. And we also had Hollywood Videos. And I would just go to Hollywood Videos and rent all the Tony Hawk games. Though I did own Tony Hawk American Wasteland. I owned that one, but pretty much all of the other ones I rented from Hollywood Videos. What else did I play on GameCube? Metro, or Metroid. Sorry, Metroid. I played on GameCube. I played a lot of the Sonic Hedgehog games on there. That's pretty much it for GameCube. I also played Madden on GameCube. That was kind of weird. Um, and yeah, yeah. One thing that's a bit different, I feel like, for me than a lot of other people that are super into video games is I don't give a flying fuck about Nintendo. I really don't care about Nintendo or a lot of Nintendo games. I don't really get it. I mean, they're solid games. They're well put together games. It's just never been my thing. I think I played one Zelda game and it was all right. Um, and Sega. I mean, I played a lot of the Sonic the Hedgehog games, so that's pretty much it as far as Sega goes as well. Um, so yeah, that's that's my little video game upbringing right there. Oh, you still there, D?
Yeah, now I'm
Oh,
back.
okay.
Okay.
All right, all right.
I
What about you, D? What about you?
got scary. I got scared.
Yeah, I got scared there too. Actually, thought you left us there. Oh shit, are you frozen? All right, sorry, we're back. Had a bit of technical issues. But yeah, that's my little video game upbringing. What about you, D? Take
Yes,
us
so
back in time.
mine.
Take us back in
You,
time.
you want to take you back, take way back to the very first Black. You know what I mean?
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Rest in peace, Logic. Watch in peace.
For real.
So it all started with the classic old Game Boy is where it all started. The Game Boy Advance, and boy oh boy, I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was a side-scrolling beat 'em up classic game, and I had Pokemon Fire Red, which was the start of the end when it came to video games, because Pokemon is a whole nother demon that you don't realize you're playing until you play it. Because it's like, oh, it's just these Pokemon you catch, and then you fuck up other Pokemon, and you do this. But then, like, the more you play it, and the more you get older, the more you realize, okay, there's a lot that can go into this
Yeah.
that can make you like a god. And I never do that. I just become like a little boy. But anyways, it was Pokemon and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the Game Boy, and thankfully for me, my parents were heavy into video games. They had the Sega, the Genesis, the Atari. They had all that, and my mom was big into Mortal Kombat, and which, as you can tell, it's still present in my family hood today with the whole
Yes.
scorpion shirt.
I love that shirt.
And um, my dad was just into everything possibly known to man. So Game Boy, was the only thing I could play at the time. And then we all know the story with my mom got my dad the Master Chief Collection Xbox, and that's pretty much where it took off. The Halo entered the prism of the universe.
Yo.
Halo was the thing that I mentioned before, and my God, it just took off from there. The only thing that made it, video games so addicting and special was I was allowed to play the Game Boy and the DS and the PSP anytime I wanted to. But like the bigger voice things like the PlayStation 2 or the Xbox or the 360 or PS4 at the time, I would have to play only on the weekends and not on school nights. So
Okay.
when that time came and it was Friday after school, boy oh boy, things got sweaty because you just knew that was your time to shine. This is the only couple days out of the week you can completely cremate somebody. So that's what made some things more special than the others. Like obviously, I grew up with Pokemon and all the miniature games and stuff like that. The side-scrolling Assassin's Creed game, Altair, then they had the Ezio spin-off. I had all those for DS. Freaking NBA Live on the PSP, NBA Jams on the PSP. I mean, I had anything you could think of on the old ones. On the main consoles, there were spin-offs on the little ones, and that's what I played the most. So the weekends made it special. The way my family, lined it up to make me stay focused on school was to split it up into the weekends. So that's why Modern Warfare 2 online became so sweaty because it was like, okay, I only got these 2 days to get this blue tiger camo. And you just freaking cremate as many people as you can. So I think to get to the beef of the podcast is what made video games so special to us, what made it so special to you, what made it so special to me, and why it's so special now. Because in my opinion, even though we know video games have taken over entertainment, they make more than music, they make more than movies combined,
Yeah.
it's still, in my opinion, completely underrated. Because even though that opinion and that stigma of like, you know, why you playing video games kind of disappeared, because now you just see everybody, you got MILFs playing Jelly Bean Crusher on their iPhone. You got dads playing like Wii Whacker 27 on their iPad. You got little boys playing Fortnite on their iPad, or you could play Fortnite anywhere. You can play it on your phone. You can play it on your computer. You can play it on the Xbox. So there's so many different platforms you can play video games on now that you don't even realize you're playing a video game. Like I'm sure the older ladies don't even realize they're playing Jello Bean Crusher and realizing this is a video game. You know what I
Fucking
mean?
Candy Crush.
Yeah, Candy
Yeah.
Crush, yeah, Jelly Bean Crusher. I don't even know what the hell that is, but Candy Crush, and they don't even know they're playing a video game. So I think it hit the mainstream so so like fast and hard, nice, and it's like, oh my god, this is like a massive empire. But people don't realize how important it is for people to play it sometimes. And for me, I was the overweight, light skinned boy with messy hair for like preschool to like 10th grade in high school.
Yep.
And you go through the whole school life thinking about, wow, okay, if I suck start this pistol, then I'll be all right. But then you come home
Yep.
and it's just like you could be Master Chief. and it's just like,
Very true.
well, I'll just be Master Chief for a night. You know what I mean? Or you have games like God of War. I mean, original God
Oh,
of War.
God of War. Oh my God.
And I'm talking about if you got a bad day at school, and you see Poseidon roll up, you're gonna smash circle like 1,000 times to just beat his face in as hard as fast as you can. And
Oh God.
some things are stress relievers, some things are, they give your mind away or whatever hell you want to get into. So it's basically this like, what do you want to dive into? Basically, just like movies, just like TV shows. What do you want
Yep.
to dive into? Do you want to dive into freaking Interstellar, or do you want to play fucking Blue's Clues? You know what I mean?
Both valid options.
Both valid
both
options.
both valid.
Both are going to hit a certain spot for you. So I guess we'll start with this. How do you feel the public perception of video games have changed throughout the years?
um so I feel like people our age, I feel like it's more accepted, and like people our age and a little bit older, and then of course, down all the way down to much younger. Because even when I was growing up, like there were plenty of kids my age that thought playing video games was for fucking losers. Like it just had that stigma. I feel like that's worn off less as far as people our age and younger, but I feel like people older, like the generation before us, I feel like their perception has gotten worse. I feel like they have an even stronger dislike for video games. And the reason I say that is because now playing video games professionally is totally a career option. Fucking esports. Dude, esports was created in our lifetime and it is now like a fucking multi-billion-dollar industry. Esports. And like you and I and people who play video games, we're like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Like that's a dream come true for like people like us. And it's opened people's eyes up to it that wouldn't normally be into video games that are also like around our age. And I think that for them made like they're more accepting of it now because it's like, wow, well, at least they, you can make money off of it. Like it's definitely a valid thing to do. But people older, the generation before us, I feel like they're pissed that it's actually a career option. Like it's it like aggravates them because before it was just like they could like, oh, like you're just throwing your life away, like it's a waste of time, like fucking do something productive. And now it's like fucking, you got people like Nade Shot, fucking has his own like tequila brand and has his own clothing lines and multiple teams. He's a fucking like millionaire off of Call of Duty. And there's so many more people, and it's like the video games have blown up so much. I feel like they're pissed about it. Like they're mad that it actually is becoming something that's becoming more accepted. So it's like that um I forgot the technical term for it, but it's like in psychology, it's like when two people with like differing viewpoints, um most of the time if they have some sort of argument, a lot of times it's polarizing. It'll make them even stronger into their own opinion versus like accepting, coming close to the middle. They just get like further and further apart. And I feel like that's what's happening with the older generations for the most part. So overall, I'd say it's probably about the same as it has been. Like people our age are more accepting of it, and then the older generation is even less accepting of it than before, um, which is just out of ignorance, really. But it is what it is. That's I feel like
See,
that's
like,
the overall climate right now.
it's funny because it's like you have those opinions, and then money just changes everything.
Yep.
Like Yeah, I don't want to get into like a complete different topic, but it's like it's funny how this money changes the whole perception of anything. Like just like you said, like we were losers playing video games until esports came out. And
Yep.
then it's just like, well, you can make money. Well, it doesn't matter if you can make money, bro. Like that's not why I'm playing this right
Yeah,
now.
right, exactly. That's not why we play video games, right?
Yeah, it's like, you got a sad Larry who's like a French fry maker and all he wants to do is make French fries, or you got this $1 billion boat maker who's like depressed, but little Larry here is making $2 an hour, making some French fries, and this
As
boat
happy
dude
as can be.
is as happy as he can be. And boy, oh boy, it's just like as soon as people figured out, boy, you can make money off of this, it just went haywire
Hmm.
because this was not too long ago, but violent video games were seen as the Satan consuming your child, basically,
And I still
because
think
it
the
was
older
this.
generation believes that for sure. I
Yeah, yeah,
100%. Yeah.
they definitely do. But I think the whole riding that bandwagon has disappeared
Yeah.
because that used to be free
In the
advertisement
news
for that
for
used
the
yeah, this
game.
used to be
Yeah.
free advertisement for gaming companies that if you can make the news, you got free ads because I mean, just look at Modern Warfare 2 airport scene.
Oh my
That scene
god.
came out and news people went wild with it. And it was just like,
Dude,
oh
look
my
at Mortal
god, it
Kombat.
caused
Look,
yeah, Mortal Kombat, yeah.
they created the actual rating system for video games because of Mortal Kombat. They were in court. They had like fucking court videos of the developers and being questioned about the fucking craziness in the game. Like that is the best advertising you could possibly get for a game like that.
And it's crazy how like you even see it now that all the violence in the world and school shootings and mass shootings, they all got blamed on video games. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, it's just it's GTA
It
4
must be
too violent.
GTA.
Yeah, it must be GTA. Oh my god. Like we totally didn't have like mass civil wars like 100 years ago before
Yeah.
video games even came out or anything.
Right.
And we also didn't like completely run through people because of the name of Jesus. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. But no, you got little Larry who shoots up a CVS, and it's just like, whoa! I saw him playing Candy Crush like 5 minutes ago. It could be Candy Crush. He didn't get the high score he wanted, so he lost it. And I think that perception kind of went away. You don't really see it that much anymore,
Yeah.
unless someone's that autistic that they need to freaking
Unless they're a
say that and be
fucking
like,
boomer.
yeah, at least they're
Fucking
retarded and be
boomers.
like, oh my god, this is the reason why I nailed it. It's right here. It's not because he just got fired like 4 months ago and he's been drinking his semen for wealth. And
Yeah.
it's just
His
like,
wife
no, that's
left
not it.
him and
His wife left him and his kid ate his left foot because they have no foot to eat. So he
yep.
had to chop off his left foot. And then now you're just here with no foot and you're drinking your semen to stay alive and you're wondering why Larry shot up the CVS. That's probably why, not because he lost a score in Jellyfish or Candy Crush,
Candy
whatever the hell the
Crush.
game
Why do you
was.
keep calling it jellyfish? Oh my god.
So I think the the public perception of that went away.
Yeah.
But I gotta say the main thing, boy oh boy, is this what it does to people. And I know one moment specifically that happened worldwide was when Last of Us came out.
Yep.
And there's a debate that holy crap, is video games a work of art? Like, are they
Yep.
a piece of art?
Yep.
Because Last of Us hit people on different levels that I don't think people expected a video game to hit you at.
Yeah.
And ooh, and that's why video games do that to people. You want to watch a drama, you want to watch a romance, you want to watch Avengers, you want to watch any of this, go ahead, watch it. But in my opinion, do I want to watch Thor or do I want to be Thor? That's what it comes down to.
Yep. I know my
There's
answer.
is this something that's like for me, Dragon Ball Z was a massive thing.
Yeah.
It was
I watched some of it. Yeah.
you watched it, you had the movies, you had the manga, and it's just like wow, this Goku's a beast. But then you have the Dragon Ball Z games that that you are doing the Kamehameha.
Yeah.
That's you doing it. And it's just like, oh my god, I'm about to nut because this is me.
Yep. Yep.
I think that's the this next topic we could get into is pretty much the out of world experience they could take you in. So for you, what's like I wouldn't say out of the world experience, but when you started playing a game or any moment that you're just like you forgot you were playing a video game. You just became the program.
Yes. Yes. No, I understand what you're saying. So for me, one of the reasons why I loved video games so much is like it was like an escape from like reality type thing. um and I think that's one of the reasons why I like RPGs so much is because they're just so in detail, a lot of them, that like it's so easy to get lost in it, like to just completely immerse yourself. And I guess my first like experience like that where like I forgot I was playing a video game. That's a tough one. The most um vivid one, I guess I could say. Probably not not the first time, but the most for memorable one was playing Skyrim. It was like when I first got that game, like I started like going into like when I started exploring the map, not even doing missions, like I was just walking around looking for caves and dungeons to just walk into and like see what's going on. And I think I was this day I was playing for like a lot longer than usual because when this game came out, I was living with my dad, and he was super anti video games. He hated, absolutely hated that I played video games and did damn near everything he could to keep me from playing them. There was a long time where I was banned from like I just wasn't allowed to play my PlayStation 3. Like he would take the power cable, and then I would like borrow one from a friend that had an extra one, and he would take that too. And then wouldn't be able to play for even longer. Pretty much anything I ever did, if I ever slipped up and made a mistake ever, it was I couldn't play video games. So but I got Skyrim somehow. I convinced him to let me get Skyrim. And there was one day I'd been playing for like 5 hours, and he just walked into my room, and I didn't even notice him. Like he opened the door, and the door was like fucking 5 feet from me, like, and it was in front of my field of vision. So like, but he walked in. I didn't acknowledge him. Didn't know he was there because I was too busy exploring this fucking dungeon. And he just I think he stood there probably for a solid minute and was just like, Kane, what the fuck are you doing? Like what, like hello, or like you there? And I was like, oh hey, yep. I'm here. He's like, you've been playing this game all day, like what, how the fuck do you just sit there and play a video game like this? And I was like, oh, I don't know, I got lost for like I was like, what time is it, like because I didn't think I'd been playing for that long. And then he was like, it was like 11 p.m. or something. I probably started playing like right when I got home from school. So I was like, oh shit. And like just that like I was like I had no idea. It felt like maybe an hour tops had gone by, but it had been like 6 7 hours. um And I mean, I've gotten like that. I've had moments like that playing fucking Call of Duty, where like you find that like really solid lobby, and you got this sick like back and forth going, and you're just going back and forth. You're playing out of your fucking mind, like you've never played this good in your life. Like there's those just moments, like, and then when it ends, you're like, oh shit, like, like where am I right now?
Wondering why your pants are off and
Yeah.
half your ass cheeks are sweating.
um but yeah, that'd be, I guess, the most memorable one. Like I was like that with Diablo 3. um I just It's just so easy to get lost in a good RPG. I've had moments. I've like when I was really young and like Madden was actually really good. I had days where I would play fucking Madden for like 8 hours straight, just playing Madden, and not even realizing it. So it's pretty easy, at least for me, to get lost in a good game.
Yeah, I think for me, there's a difference between like the zone or anything like that, but I think a very vivid moment for me was on the PS3. The Uncharted 2 demo came out.
Oh, okay. I thought okay. I was about to say Uncharted. Yeah, that was I got lost in that game. Pretty.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Uncharted 2 demo came out, and it was you and it was actually you and Elena. Oh no, not Elena. It was the second girlfriend, and you're in like Puerto Rico. I forgot where we were, but it's basically the whole set piece where you have to escape this truck that's just running through each building to chase you. And you know
Yeah.
how Uncharted is. It's
Yeah.
so like scripted, but at the same time, if it gives you that feeling that if you mess up, you're dead.
Yep. Yep.
And
It's like a movie. Bro,
yeah, it's a
Uncharted
movie.
is a fucking movie, dude. It's so
Yeah,
good.
and I gotta say, I drooled so hard playing that sequence because your face is like so close to the TV because it makes you feel like holy shit. Like I can't get shot by this truck right now because if I get shot, I die. Wow.
Wow, imagine that.
So Uncharted 2 demo was pretty crazy, but I mean, there's a lot of different things that get you in the zone. Um, you look at, especially for me and you, your favorite's football, my favorite's basketball, and you watch. I think me and you can relate to this a lot, but you watch your team, Tampa Bay Bucks, or I watch the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they suck all the time.
Yep.
And for me, I know in middle school, I had a Browns jacket, and I would go into the PE section, go to PE, all of a sudden I can't find my jacket. I'm like, yo, where's my jacket? And for some reason, in my odd mind, I was just like, please don't tell me. And I was like, yep, here it is. I go to the locker room bathroom. It's in the toilet, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. It's not like you can just find a Browns jacket anywhere. So there
Jesus
was that,
Christ.
and then there's this is so many times where sports. You're just sports. Your team
Yep.
sucks. Your team sucks. Your franchise sucks. Your whole football history sucks. Your whole basketball history sucks. And you know what? You get that video game and you bring that team to a
Dude, the
championship
fucking Super
or
Bowl,
Super
baby.
Bowl, and you do it in a video game, and you're just like, "Thank you, Jesus Christ," because this is too much right now.
Yep.
And
Yep.
we all have those moments that you blow a team out. It feels good. It feels bad. It's like, ah, Jesus, I'm always blowing out teams. And then you'll get like the New Orleans Saints, or I'll get like the Boston Celtics, and we'll just get in that zone that's just like, you know what? I have to blow this team out
Yep.
by 1,000. Like, I know, like in 2K, oh my God, my girlfriend, oh my God. I remember playing 2K, and I was playing Boston, and I was blowing them out by 50. And I was holding them without scoring for like a quarter. They didn't
Jesus
score for like a
Christ.
quarter. And I remember they finally scored, and I was ready to like kill myself because I was like, these like sorry sacks really just scored on me, even though I'm winning by 50. And it's great how games just do that to you,
Yep. Yep.
or vice versa. You have a rival you're going up against, and the score is 90-90, and there's
Oh
10
my.
seconds
Yep.
left. You can't tell me the sweat is dripping off your nutsack, and just like, oh my god. And it's nothing but pure silence, just pure silence. There's no trash talking, there's nothing. All that's gone, all
Yep.
that's gone. As soon as that 2-minute warning hits, everything, every trash talking, every Cheeto dust, every Dorito dust, whatever you're
Gone.
drinking, it's all
It's gone.
gone. It's just you and making sure you win this game. And depending how it goes, you're gonna lose your mind. And nothing can give you that satisfaction
It feels
unless
so
you're
good.
playing that game.
Yep.
Unless you're a basketball player actual in an NBA game, or you're a football player in an actual football game. Nothing gives you that feeling of the clock's clicking down and you gotta get a game winning shot or game winning drive. So that's the magical thing video games just do. They just put you in that zone. That's like, yo, I only got 2 minutes on the clock. I gotta do something.
Yes. Yes. Games that make you care about what's going on in them, whether it's a game like Uncharted and like you actually care about the characters, like, oh, I don't like oh, I better be fucking careful because I don't want to get so and so killed. I don't want so and so to die. Like with The Last of Us, I don't want fucking what's her name to die. Like I gotta like think about this. I gotta plan this shit. I gotta be strategic and not fuck up. And sports games, like you're saying, like, bro, the clock is ticking, it's tied up, you're playing your arch nemesis, the team that you hate more than anything on the fucking face of the earth, and you cannot let them win, because if they win you will blow your brains out. That's it. Like, you have to fucking win, and it just fucking, you're so absorbed, you're so sucked in. Like, it's there's nothing else like that. Like, I don't like, there's no movie on the face of the earth that makes me feel like that. There's no TV show that's made me feel like that. Like, there's of course movies and TV shows that gotten close that I get real sucked into, but not to that extent. Not like that. There it's never happened to me with a movie or TV show to that extent. And for instance, like with Madden 21 right now, I almost never played as the Bucks because they were too good.
Yeah.
It was so weird. It was so weird because this is like the first time ever that wasn't just always playing as the Bucks and trying to fix them, because there was nothing to fix.
Yeah. And you get that weird feeling of when you start another team, like you start the Rams,
Yeah.
or you start another team on basketball, and you go against your team, and you're
Yeah.
just like, oh boy, like,
Oh,
do I want to win? But I gotta win.
yeah. Yes. It's such a crazy. It's such a weird feeling. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just games that can make you care about what's happening are better than any sort of media. Period. It's the best. There's nothing that will make you more invested or care more about what's going on than a game that can do that. Like, it's just, there's nothing that compares to it.
And I think what could be the next point is just what it does overall, just the shared experience. Um, for me, one of my favorite games of all time, and I still think it's underrated because I don't think it gets talked up enough. It should have got Game of the Year. It had to get Game of the Year. I mean, there's no way in hell that Last of Us Part 2 got Game of the Year for how
Yeah,
trash it was.
yeah, that was rigged. It's fucking rigged.
Well, let me tell you one thing. I'm a big Asian culture. I'm a big Japanese culture. I'm all into that. I love their history. I love their mythology. I love anything about it. I studied it. That's what I do. I like it. And Ghost of Tsushima came out, and you have, even though it didn't do anything fancy, it was Assassin's Creed in Japan. And I
Yeah.
know people don't like that comparison, but that's what they did. It's basically Assassin's Creed. That's a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
And you have those games that share other cultures. You have Ghost of Tsushima that was made by a Western company,
Yeah.
and they
Which is
wanted,
crazy.
yeah, they wanted to respect their culture so much that they put so much detail and painstakingly information to make sure this didn't, they didn't disrespect anything. And to me, that's special, because if a whole nother culture can make a video game based off of your culture and show so much detail and respect towards it, and I mean, what's there not to love? That's pretty much the definition of love, that you can both relate to this thing and play this thing, and other people around the world can play this thing and share the experience of this culture or anything like that. And you have these shared experiences. I know some landmarks in Ghost of Tsushima that happened in real life. A lot of money got donated to those things and
Yep.
rebuilt them, or became, sacred grounds to where you can't mess with anything like that.
Yeah.
And it became these things that communities can get behind. And that's the next point of just a community, a sense of belonging that these
Yep.
video games have. I mean, my God, if if you played Pokemon in middle school, you were seen as the worst human being possible,
Yep.
which I which I was. And let me tell you one thing. I do have a story, actually, and it was beautiful. I think it was sixth grade, and sixth graders is your first time in middle school and stuff like that.
Well, middle schoolers are also just the meanest people on the face of
Yeah,
the
they're the
earth.
worst people I've ever seen
They
in
are
my
the
life.
worst people on the planet.
And so it was sixth grade. Little fat D'Angelo has his Nintendo DS, and I remember it's the first time I had to ride the bus, and I was horrified. And I had my DS. You're going down the bus aisle. You don't know where to sit. That stereotypical thing.
Yep.
And I remember this dude Marcus. He got up. He was an eighth grader, and he was giant. He was like, "Hey, what's your name?" And I was like, "D." He said, "I'm gonna call you Big D." And so he said, "Sit right here." I was like, "Okay, cool." And one, what a cool feeling that was! My God.
Yeah.
Two, it was a long bus ride, so I take out my DS. I take my book bag, I open it, and I put my DS inside of it so no one could see what I'm playing or doing.
Yep. Yep.
And this guy next to me, Marcus, he looks over. He was like, "You playing Pokemon Diamond and Pearl?" And I was like, I was just shaking, like, "Oh my God, did he just say that?"
Did he just say Diamond and Pearl? Did he
So,
say, he named the whole game?
so he opened his backpack, took out his DS. He was
Oh
like, he said,
shit.
"Anything you want to trade?" And I just remember borderline, like, almost crying, because it was like, holy shit, like, this giant freaking dude in eighth grade for some reason befriended me for no reason, and then took out his DS to be like, "Yo, you want to trade?" And for for other people hearing that, or I know some females watching this could be like, "Ah, that's cute, that's nice," but people don't understand that
Yeah.
has a whole different feeling to the rest of the year. I
Yeah.
mean, dudes only need like two compliments in life.
Yep. To get
and I
it to
just
get him through. Yep. That's
and I
it.
just got one in sixth grade. So it's that feeling that games give you. It gives you a sense of community, even though Call of Duty lobbies used to be the most toxic lobbies. It still had a
A
sense of
community.
a
It was
community.
still a community.
I mean, you had Halo, that red versus blue was a
Yes.
thing going
Oh
on.
my god, dude, that shit was so funny.
You had those machinima things going on, and that's what games created. It created this sense of culture, sense of identity. So for you, what's like a game? I wouldn't say your first game, but I would say like a game that puts you in a community and other people were like, "Yo, Kane, what's good?"
Um, I would have to say Diablo 3. Um Diablo 3. So Diablo 3 is a Blizzard game for the few people listening to this that don't know what it is. And Blizzard are the same people that make World of Warcraft. Um that's their other big title. And if you played World of Warcraft while growing up as a kid, you you were basically just a pile of human trash. Like just that, like as far as like how other people viewed you. Like if you and you could always spot the people because people that played WoW, or whether it was Diablo, Overwatch, another Blizzard game, like these people, like they repped it. Like they would be 100% decked out in WoW gear or Blizzard gear. And you would see people like parting around them like the fucking Red Sea because no one wants to associate with those types of people. Like
Yeah, yeah.
they're they're the just the absolute they're like worse than like the theater kids at your school. Like they're like a level above that. Like even
Course.
yes, chorus kids, like even the theater and like drama kids don't talk to the WoW kids. um so Diablo, for a while, was a guilty pleasure of mine. I didn't want to tell a single soul. I didn't want anyone to know that I was so insanely into this game because I played the fuck out of that game. Um, and my sophomore year, it was in England, my English class. This was when I was on the wrestling team, so I definitely didn't want people to find out that I played played Blizzard games. But in one of my English classes, I think you probably know who he is at least. Brandon Dodd.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he was in that class, and he made a reference to Blizzard, like a side comment, and I was like, is he talking about the Blizzard that I think he's talking about? and then I after like 10 minutes I worked up enough courage to ask him if like that was like what he meant by Blizzard. And then it was, and apparently he played World of Warcraft. I was like, holy shit. I found another person that plays this game. And and after that, like we would fucking play online afterwards. Because the thing was, like, I always played that game solo, like always, and that kind of sucked to play that game solo all the time. But it was just such a good game, I did it anyways. So like after that, I started talking to him about it. He had some other friends that played, and like before I knew it, like I had a full fucking group of people that I could openly talk to about this game and then fucking play it, like actually like super enjoy it. um and it was crazy. Like I didn't think that was ever going to happen. um yeah, I mean that'd probably be the biggest one.
That is a good one right there. And that's just what freaking video games do. My God, they make it's weird. They make you feel so isolated, And as soon as you find somebody, it's like, holy crap! What do
Yeah.
you mean you play this? What do you mean you play this multi-billion-dollar
Yeah.
game?
What? What?
What? Now
I'm
you,
not
now
the
you,
only person.
yeah. Now you can go on the street and be like, "Yo, you play Warzone? Hell yeah, I play Warzone." It's nothing now.
Yeah, it's nothing. It doesn't mean anything anymore.
And
And another thing that just real quick, the video games do, talking about like building community and stuff, is like I've had Xbox, like plenty of Xbox friends and like people that I'd game, especially in Call of Duty, on a regular basis, and like be good friends with them. And I don't know what they look like. I've never seen them. I've never met them in person. All I know is their voice and the amazing times that we've had playing fucking whatever game it is that we played.
uh
And that's fine. I never even once thought about I wonder what this person looks like. No. This person is fucking uh Jack's dude 3500 on Xbox. And he's fucking beast with a sniper in Call of Duty. Like that's all I need to know. and and it's beautiful because we're just all these different people from all over the world playing these games, not giving a flying fuck about any like outside world shit.
and it's almost like you snap into that world when you meet somebody, because it's, I know, like in high school, Destiny 1 came out,
That's yep.
and I had the hunter lanyard
Yeah.
where I had my keys on, and I remember just being in lunch line and someone look at it and be like, "Yeah, I'm a Titan," and it will just go from there. It'll just be like, "Oh shit! Well, now I'm a hunter. Now he's a Titan,"
Yep.
and you could just kind of forget where you are in the universe at the
Yep.
time. And there's so many things like that make Christ. You just look at me and you. I mean, there's moments where King D'Angelo doesn't even exist. It's just two brothers that look like Thor.
Yeah.
One's bad, one's good.
I can't believe that happened. I still can't believe that fucking happened. Bro. All right, we have to explain a little bit what we're talking about here.
So ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, we started playing it a while back. Not a while back, pretty recently, and we both decided to make new characters. I think I was making Geralt of Rivia as like
Yeah.
first guy, and he was just making him basically as a extreme DPS, fucking
Yes.
uh, extreme DPS, and so he made a second character as what I was, the assassin type character,
Yeah.
and I didn't see his character. I had no idea what abilities, anything he had, anything like that. I just know he made a second character and he was gonna play it. And I was like, okay, yeah, know what? I'll make a second character too, just to be like, because I wanted to make a Thor type person, because I saw like an all lightning build, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to get all lightning because I'm a crackhead for lightning. And so we're in the same party and we're not even talking to each other. He's doing whatever, and I'm just making this character for about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I, I skip the prologue. He skips the prologue. I join his world, and sure enough, we're the exact same height, same race, same hair,
Same
same
facial
beard.
hair. Same
The, literally the only thing that's different was our eye color. We made the same
Yes.
exact character with no communication, no anything, just the same exact character, and it was just like, oh
It's a
my
pretty
god,
in detailed character creator too.
it's in detail. It's basically a Skyrim
Yep.
customizer, and we made the same exact one, the same height, same muscle build, same everything, and it was just ridiculous. So that's what we mean by the two brothers that we are now.
Oh my, that shit was so funny. Oh my god.
And then you have almost like those in video games, where it's just you just have a time of your life,
Yeah.
and you're just being retarded. You just find ways to be completely stupid.
Oh yeah. Call of
But
Duty was awesome for that.
oh yeah, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just find ways to boost jump or freaking shoot everybody with rockets and custom maps and custom games and all that shit. Oh my god.
I know I've told you before about on for I don't know if I've ever said it on the podcast, but one of my favorite things to do when I wanted to fuck around in Black Ops 2 was go into the hardcore games like team deathmatch. I didn't really care what it was. I'd just go into hardcore, and the second the match started, I would throw a C4 out and just wipe the whole fucking team. I would be kicked immediately, just fucking booted immediately from the match. And then there was another time, and I'll never forget this. This was like one of the highlights of my Call of Duty career, like period. Also Black Ops 2. It was on the standoff map where it was like that like mini um almost like a neighborhood. It was like some like rundown neighborhood. There was like a street and like buildings on either end. But one of the things that a lot of people would do is they'd get up on the roof of either side of the buildings, they'd prone down with a sniper rifle, and they just fucking hard scope people from across the map. And me, I got a riot shield out and found one of my own teammates on prone on the roof sniping, and I jumped in front of him with the riot shield just as he was pulling the trigger, and the bullet ricocheted off the shield and killed him. And I will never forget that for like my entirety of my life. That shit was so funny. I was over at a friend's house, and we were both just rolling on the floor dying that this happened. Like it was so fucking funny. Um and yeah, that's what I did in college in Black Ops 2 when I wanted to fuck around. That shit was so fun.
And that's another thing about, going to people's houses. Um, I mean, I didn't have a lot of friends, but there was like 3 times I went over to people's houses, and there was, a little festival going on, and I mean, you can even look it up online. You could go anywhere and look it up, but I mean, Nintendo, shit, you had Smash Bros. Parties, where there's a
Yeah.
Smash Bros. Tournament. You had the old Xbox trick where you connect all the Xboxes together with the cable, and you got like
Yep.
4, 6 player freaking go up on the Halo screen. And God, you had Mario Kart.
Yep.
You got freaking. There's so many things that could.
Just the fucking conventions now, dude.
Yeah,
Fucking E3.
conventions.
Fucking E3.
E3. I mean, even the smaller things. I
Well,
know
yeah,
we
even
have
the smaller things, yeah.
Tampa Bay Comic Con,
Yep.
and that has nothing to do with video games. But sure enough, in one of the ballrooms, there's a
Yep.
game tournament down
Yep.
there, and it's one of the most popular places in the whole Comic Con because everybody just loves seeing what they do. I mean, you got Xboxes that have the Halos, you have Dragon Ball Z tournament, you have Mortal Kombat, you have Injustice, you have Mario Kart on the big TV, and then you had one of my favorite moments to go on a Comic Con because it happens every year. It is the new, not new anymore, but the newer game of like the lightsaber music sync where you put on the
Yes.
VR stuff like that. Well, they have
Yes.
that in the middle of the room where you can watch other people do it,
That's dope.
and I'm not gonna lie, it takes a lot to go up there
Oh
and
yeah.
do that
It
because
does.
one, you don't want to be trash, and two, you don't want to be like an easy song and you're just up there getting
Yeah.
100 on an easy song.
Yeah.
It's like karaoke pretty much.
Yeah.
So no matter what, no matter who's up there, no matter who's doing it, how old, how young, people are always cheering, no matter
Yep.
what. There's no booing, there's no anything. I remember there was uh, a little kid who went up there and did Bohemian Rhapsody, and
Hey.
was he good? No, but when he got certain parts, boy, we were cheering him on because that's just what you do.
Yep. That's
Because
right.
you know yourself, this is not easy to do,
Yep.
and that's something video games do. When I know one proud moment in my universe of existence was I was trying to get a platinum on the new God of War,
Yes.
and the one thing I had to do, and my female was watching the whole ride with me, was you had to kill all the Valkyries and then put their heads on each seat and then face the final Valkyrie.
Those Valkyries were a bitch.
King, the final Valkyrie. Oh my God, the amount of I don't know how I got through it. I know the female was behind me, just
In
zoned in
silence. Yep.
and
Just in
sounded because
silence.
you're not supposed to touch this person or you're not supposed to talk. You're not supposed to say anything because if you do, he's probably gonna backhand you or something. And that's another thing that video games do that's just insane is when you're playing a video game, you're chilling, and you say you're doing campaign or you're doing multiplayer, and a person next to you doesn't even fuck with video games. They
Yeah.
don't mess with it. They don't do anything. They're probably on their phone playing around or shit like that. And or they're probably annoyed that you're playing video games in the first place.
Yep. Probably.
And you're doing this and you get to a part and you just realize they haven't scrolled on their phone. It's still and they're just staring at the TV. And you just, yeah, I know I got you, motherfucker. I know I
Yep.
got you.
I got you. I got you, you little bitch.
Because I mean, there's so many times where you just sitting there, someone's mad, it's just like, oh my God, playing this fucking stupid video games. And then like 5 minutes later, it's just this drool coming down from your face because it's like, oh my God, like what the hell am I watching right now? And it's funny, it does that to people because some
Yep.
people don't understand that games are sometimes not for fun. They're
Yeah.
just not. Some people want to feel a certain way. Like Life is Strange. I didn't play Life is Strange. Um, I know
I
it's a
watched
hella
some
pop.
gameplay of it.
I know it's a hella popular game.
Yeah.
I know it's not a good feeling game,
It's not. It's
but
not.
people want to play it. You know
Yep.
what I mean? People want the horror games. People want the mind fuckeries.
The
People want the
competitive games. The yeah.
competitive, and some people want like Silent Hill. Shit,
Jeez.
I
Yeah.
don't want to play Silent Hill. But if you want to, if you want to
You
play it,
wanna
go ahead.
if you hate yourself and you just want to torture yourself even more, then like by all means, like that it's out there for you. It's you there. There's a game for you.
That's the main thing. There is a game for you, and I think what the whole year of COVID made people realize, well, shit, there's a game out there for me.
Yep.
I mean, it helped. I know, especially for me and you, it helped people escape completely from reality
Oh
and
yeah.
go into video games. And to be honest with you, it's like a blessing in disguise
Yeah.
because I played video games my whole life, every day, every second, and the video games I played during COVID are like the greatest games I ever played, even though they're not viewed as that good.
Yeah.
Because, uh, like I said, Ghost of Tsushima isn't
Yep.
really a good game. It is a good game, but it doesn't do anything new. It doesn't do anything exciting.
Right.
It's a carbon copy of Assassin's Creed, and the amount of beauty and detail they put in the world, and in real life, you're stuck in this room you see right now,
Yeah.
wondering, can I step a foot outside? and you get lost in this fantasy Japan land. It's amazing what video games can do. And I know for me and you specifically, like we were cool. We were always good friends.
Yeah.
But this past year, COVID, the games we played together, Imagine, Fantasy Draft,
Yes.
uh, ESO, I
Gears of
mean,
War.
Gears of War, every single game we tried together. I mean, we even have a freaking podcast now.
I know.
And it's stuff like that's what video games did.
Yep.
That's what it does. And for everyone who's out there just thinking, you know, it's a video game. You know what I mean? It's what's the
Yeah.
point?
What's
Like,
so great?
why you want to play? Like, what's so good about it? What's so eh? What are you gonna say to those people, Ken?
What am I going to say to them? I'm going to
Yeah,
say,
what type of things you want to say to those people?
all right, well, first off, they're fucking
Suck a dick.
autistic. All right. But also, you know, I'll ask them my own questions. What's the point in books? What's the point in movies? What's the point in art, painting, drawing, TV shows? What's the point in any of that?
Uh-huh.
Because it's it's to share experiences. It's to experience new experiences. It's to see new opinions. It's to just have something to put time into to take away from the outside world. And here's a question. Oh, you like movies, you like books. What's one thing that would make a movie better? What is one thing that you think would make your favorite movie even better? If you were in the fucking movie, if it was you and you were controlling what was happening in that fucking movie. And that's what a fucking video game does. It's is everything that movies and books and TV shows are, and then it takes it a step even further and puts you in the fucking world. You're controlling it. Like I used to read a fuck ton. Like again, going back to my dad, whenever I'd get in trouble, I wouldn't be allowed to play video games, and he would take my books away from me. Because I read so fucking much. I used to read. I would get in trouble at school for reading, like in class when I was supposed to be doing something else. So my dad would take my books away from me, and he'd take my video games away from me. And the one thing, like, yeah, I love how books leave things to the imagination. Of course, like that's a big part of books. Um, but it would also be pretty dope if I could take, my favorite book and like with all the detail that are in great books, because that's the one thing that books do that most movies don't, is they get into the nitty gritty details of things. And if I could have a book that I could actually fucking be in, control what's going on. Like they had these books and like they have you ever seen these books where it's like the choose your own adventure books?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a fucking video game. Dude, it's a fucking video game. That is an early, on version. That's like the pre video game. Like that, like, because before we had video games that we have like now, there were only text video games for a long time. They were choose your own adventure text based video games before graphics cards were invented and stuff like that in computers. And that shit came from actual books like that. Like it's a fucking video game. And then like I said, what would make your favorite movie even better? It's if you could make decisions and choices in the movie, if you were in it. And and that's what a video game is. So like I don't understand how anyone could not. What I don't understand is how other people don't understand that. Like it kind of blows my mind that a lot of people that don't like video games because they're just stupid or whatever it is, how they don't connect those dots. Like how, like, you like movies, you like books and TV shows, how would you not like a video game? Like it doesn't make any sense. How do you like those things and then not video games? Like it doesn't make any sense. So that's what I would say to that person that says that outrageously stupid thing to me.
Yeah, and for my thing is, sometimes right place, right time, wrong place, wrong time.
Yep.
Some people pick up a video game, they try it once with their best friend or their boyfriend or their girlfriend, and they suck. Man, they don't want to do it again, or this game is stupid,
Yeah,
or
people don't like things that they're not good at.
yeah, they
That is,
that too. But
yep.
you even though it's Captain Obvious, uh, you the first step of being good at something is sucking.
Yep. Yeah.
You're gonna suck the first time you do it, and it's gonna be boring if you're good at it from the start. It's
Yeah,
as
what's the
simple.
fucking point in that? Yeah.
I
That's not
mean,
fun.
there's. I can promise you, I wasn't John Wick at 5 years old playing Halo. That just wasn't.
Yep. I
And
died a lot.
it,
Died a lot.
I died all the time. And it's right place, right time. Just gotta find the right person to play it with, the right
The right
environment to play
game.
it in,
Yep.
right game
Because not
sometimes.
all games are for everyone, There's
Yeah.
definitely
And
but there's a game out
you
there
might
for
have
you.
yeah, you might have the wrong perception of a video game. That happens a lot
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
And I know me personally, I don't like MMOs. Um,
Yeah.
they're all right to me, but I am happy I bought ESO because it's a fun ass game.
Yeah.
Even though it's that type
No.
of game I don't like, and I do have a very stereotypical view of it, it's a fun game if you play it.
Yeah.
And I think same for I know my girlfriend. I used to play Minecraft, and she was like, "You're gay. Like, why are you playing Minecraft? Like, what are you doing?" And I gave her the controller, and all of a sudden, you gotta teach her how to play. She sucks, obviously, but
Obviously.
eventually, she's gonna keep bugging you about playing Minecraft, and
Yeah.
this is how the world works. And
Yeah. The other night
like,
when we were playing Minecraft, that the last time we were playing Minecraft, dude, that shit was the funniest.
it was
It was, and
and it's
and I was one of those people like you were just saying, like Elena, where I dude, like up until like almost not, I don't want to say recently, but a couple of years ago, like if I heard someone was playing Minecraft, I instantly thought of them as beneath, being like they're like below like animals, like they're like they're just like, why would you play that? Like you're an
and
idiot. And then
that's
I played it, and then I played with you and Elena, and dude, that last time we played, that shit was so fucking funny. It
and
was so funny.
that's the magic of video games. Sometimes you get the greatest times out of the most random places. Like Among Us, that game was like what
Oh
three
my
years old.
god. Yeah.
It's a 3 year old game, and people just picked it up during COVID, and it turned into this sensation. I mean, Fall Guys had its one night stand,
Yeah.
and
That was a stupid game.
yeah, that's a little stupid. And we have these games. I mean, Minecraft. It's the most simple game you could possibly think of. I
Yeah.
mean, one person created it,
Yeah.
and now it's a $1 billion company, global freaking game. And people still go, well, it's Minecraft. That's retarded. Like, why
I
would you play
know.
Minecraft? And then you play it, and then you have a situation like us where it's the most dumbest and funnest experience.
It was so stupid, but it
It's
was.
so stupid. You don't even do anything.
I
And it's
know.
just like, oh, this is a good time.
Yes, I was just hanging out because I don't know how to fucking play Minecraft. So I was just hanging out doing random shit, and then like our little adventure began. It was that shit was, it was so much fun. It was a lot of fun.
And that's the main thing I want people to take from this. Whoever made it this far through the podcast, I appreciate you. But the main thing I want you to take away from this is try a game. Just try something. Try it on your phone. Shit, I got about 3 games on my phone that are for anybody. I have an anime game. I got Pokemon Go. I got DC Legends, and I got 8-bit football game.
Oh
Try any of
yeah,
those.
that's a
Try,
fun game. Do you know what game I got
yeah,
really into was the Mortal Kombat X game
yeah.
on mobile.
That's a good one
Dude,
too. That's a good one too.
I was hella into that game. Like I played that game for like almost a year straight. Like I was fucking on it. That game was fun. That and I used to play Madden mobile when that game was actually decent when it first came out.
Oh, when that game was at its prime, oh my god,
And
that game was so fun.
now it's a pay to win piece of shit, just like the actual
Yeah,
game. Oh, but that
yeah.
was fun.
That's what I encourage people to do. Just whatever system you got, or if you got a little brother, big brother, little sister, big sister, mom, dad, whatever the situation is, and they're playing the game, pick up the second controller. Just try it.
Yep.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. Honestly.
Just try it. Just try anything, basically.
And definitely if you know someone, definitely play with someone. You know, if you're just starting, like, and you haven't played like any modern day video games, like period, definitely, try to play with someone that can, help you out a little bit. Because there are games out there that are not very beginner friendly. There, because there's a lot of intuitive things now, and that are just like kind of ingrained in some video games that would not be common sense for someone just now jumping into something like that. So definitely, play with someone, or if you want to get into a game, or you are trying a game out, but you're not sure if you're doing it right, fucking watch a YouTube video of it. I guarantee you there are a million fucking YouTube videos of any video game in existence. like you will be able to find a YouTube channel that is just 100% dedicated to that one random ass game that you're playing. Like it's there. It's on YouTube. And a lot of times you can find some pretty high ass quality channels that are covering that game. And you'll learn a lot. It's fun.
Yeah, but I would
Just try it.
for my farewell, I appreciate everybody who tuned in, and appreciate the love in the last video, and appreciate the continuous love. And if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Pick up a game. That's all you gotta do. Just pick up a game. You know how Nickelodeon had their 15-second commercial saying, "Go play outside time." Well, no,
No,
pick
it's go pick up a video game.
go pick up a video game, bro. Download it on your phone. Download a free one. They got free games on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. I mean, they got just pick up anything. Pick up
Nope.
anything. I mean, some of the best games are free.
Yeah.
So there's my farewell. Kane, go ahead and take it away.
All right, all right. Just one. Well, I just have one little thing to add to tack on to something we were talking about earlier, like how moments where you're like, oh my god, I can't believe someone else plays this. I totally forgot. I used to be into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Which was just as bad, if not worse, I think, than being into Pokemon when growing up. Uh, and when I used to go to a summer camp, and when I went to that summer camp, I would be in my backpack, like just flipping through my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, just looking at them. And someone saw me, and you know what? They fucking played Yu-Gi-Oh. And like the rest of that entire summer, bro, me and this dude would just be fucking playing Yu-Gi-Oh and trading cards. That I can't believe I forgot about that. But yeah, that shit was magical. It's
See,
fucking magical.
nothing was the biggest jump from elementary to middle school than in my old elementary from Georgia to Florida.
Yeah.
I was like Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh. Like
Yes.
if I won, I got to pick any card from your deck. So I would destroy my whole elementary school with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then I go to McLean, that's like a D- school,
Yeah.
and thinking I got a Yu-Gi-Oh deck in my back, and I'm ready for I'm freaking ready. And next thing you know, my ass cheeks hurt and my jacket's in the toilet because I'm a Browns fan. So, so yeah, sometimes games don't go your way.
Hey, play at your own risk, right?
Don't risk, bro.
Play at your own risk. All right, guys. Like Dee said, we appreciate you for clicking on this video, and especially if you made it all the way through. Please don't forget to leave a little like for us. Click that like button, hit the subscribe. It helps us out. You can find us on YouTube. We have a couple. I believe this is episode 6 or 7, so we got a couple podcasts on there. If this is the first one you're watching. You can also find us on Apple and Spotify. Um, and if you have any questions for us, please leave a comment down there. We'll definitely respond to it. You can even email us at thesenate.talktous@gmail.com. And yeah, GG.
GG, boys.